So it has more than 100 pages. It says a lot, but one of the most important parts is that it says that the Irish regulator for Facebook has to stop Facebook's data transfers if it is of the opinion that there is a mass surveillance situation in the US, which that opinion it already had. So it would mean that if the court follows the Advocate General, then the Irish regulator would have to stop Facebook's data transfers. For many of these US companies in the long term, it's going to be a huge issue that they fall under these surveillance laws when they're headquartered in the US. And a lot of international customers are simply not going to trust that anymore. And I think that is something that this judgment cannot solve, but that is a huge issue that we have to talk in general about. Because if the Silicon Valley wants to have the data of the whole world, which it does, then it cannot at the same time be subject to surveillance laws that basically don't have any rights for foreigners. Das hat mir geschickt. So basically, Facebook runs a globalized system where the data is flowing back and forth between the US and the EU. There are data centers in the EU, but it's not separated. It's basically flowing back and forth, to my understanding, and to whatever Facebook has said so far. There is the option to separate that and to say, okay, we basically keep Europeans' data in Europe outside of the reach of the NSA. That would be the solution that Facebook would have to engineer. It's very costly, very complicated, especially for Facebook because it's an interconnected network. It's very hard to separate parts there. It may be much easier for other companies, like if you simply have a mailbox that is hosted here or there, you can move the mailbox and you're done. For Facebook, it may be a bit harder. Generell war unser Eindruck von der Verhandlung, dass das Gericht eher willens ist, noch weiter zu gehen als der Generalanwalt. Die waren sehr viel kritischer in ihren Fragen, haben sehr viel genauer gesagt, was sozusagen geht und was nicht geht. Und da sind wir eigentlich, gehe ich davon aus, dass es wahrscheinlich ist, dass das finale Urteil sogar ein bisschen weiter geht als der Generalanwalt. Facebook hat praktisch ein ganzes Netzwerk von Serverzentren und die sind alle miteinander verbunden und tauschen permanent Daten aus. Das heißt, Facebook separiert nicht zwischen Europa, USA, den Rest der Welt. Und dadurch, dass aber verschiedene Gesetze gelten, muss man zu einem gewissen Grad differenzieren. Weil wenn in den USA die Gesetze sagen, du musst Massenüberwachung betreiben und in Europa die Gesetze sagen, du darfst das nicht tun, dann muss ein Server sich entscheiden, wo er dazugehört. Ne? Und das heißt, da hat man eigentlich die Notwendigkeit, dass man solche Systeme zu einem gewissen Grad trennen und sagt, gut, auf dem Teil gilt europäisches Recht und auf dem Teil nicht.